And Penrith will see him again on Sunday against the Parramatta Eels. Full time, Penrith 32, South Sydney 12.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Dan Ganane. Dan Ganane, you've done it again. That was a fantastic call of both games. And, yep, as he mentioned, 32-12, the Panthers prevailed over South Sydney, who were up 12-0. Then all of a sudden, Brian To'o scores that try right on half-time, which is kind of Jonah Lomu-like. He was just barnstorming. He was, what a freak. And Parramatta, your Parramatta Eels, Jesse May, I mean, the tension in the air is almost palpable already, and it's only Monday. We've still got another 6 days until the grand final, and it's the Battle of the West. Yeah. We haven't seen these two play in the grand final ever before. Penrith, obviously, this is their third in a row. They've won, I think, 66 games out of 77 in the last 3 years. They are the form team of the competition, up against a team who I feel a sense of destiny is riding them. You know, 1986, they've always been that team that they keep getting compared to that team of the 80s, the famous Parramatta team of the 80s. But this team, that Cowboys win was gritty. That Cowboys win was tough. And I think, look, this obviously Penrith will start grand final favourites, but Parramatta, they've come to play, Jesse May.
I'm excited for Brad as well, Coach Brad, because
bloody oath.
He got bagged so much. And the narrative for him turned a little bit during the week. Now he's been called a hero. And for Brad, it's one of those stories of if anyone doubts you, the world doubts you, never give up, because like that, your destiny can change. That's what I'm excited about. I was thinking about you, though, MG, when To'o did that try and turn the game around. Can you tell us what it was like in the Geyer household at that moment? Or you were at the game, weren't you?
No, I was at home. We were at home. We had a house full. It was 12-0 down, and then obviously 12-6. Then I think that was the thing that changed the whole tempo of the game, because South Sydney, they threw everything at Penrith. And when To'o scored that try, Campbell Graham dropped the ball, and he could have scored. So that's a turning point. That's a sliding door moment. So Penrith, you can't give them anything. Brian To'o, over 250 metres. Dylan Edwards was amazing. Nathan Cleary, man, he's the best player in the game at the moment. So Mitchell Moses against Cleary, Luai versus Dylan Brown, the front rows this Sunday. All I can say is 3 words: bring it on. Second last one for the rugby league, that is power rankings on a Monday, because obviously the grand final is next Sunday, and Parramatta will be playing their first ever game since 1986 in the grand final. That's fantastic against Panthers. But I've gone over page one, the 5 moments that mattered most from prelims finals week 1.
Let's do it.
5.
Well, it was in the 63rd minute, and look at. He got sent off. Tane Milne, he hit Spencer Lunu right across the forehead, down 24-12. That was basically no chance of coming back then from the Rabbitohs. Panthers end up winning, going on to win 32-12. But yeah, Tane Milne's send off was one of the moments.
He got smashed. He got absolutely smashed.
Okay, he's down. Yeah, and Latrell's very concerned.
Yeah. Sorry.
Very high tackle.
Tane Milne, he's gone.
I am going to do all the talking. We're not going to say anything. Direct contact, swinging, you're off.
He's off. He's been sent off. Tane Milne has been sent off. And I've got to say, I'm not surprised. It was high and it looked malicious.
And a 6-week suspension for Tane to be served next year.
It was nice that Ashley Klein he doesn't like to send people off, so it was nice that he could finally have an opportunity.
Number 4 was in your game, Jesse May. 6th minute of the game, Mitchell Moses, he does a 360. Then he got a bit of gridiron in the game because he threw the ball about 3 metres forward, and that's what I said. Play on.
To be fair, it was backwards out of the hand, MG, because he was facing
backwards.
backwards.
Moses, he's done brilliantly just to haul it in. Then he throws it forward. Away to Papali'i. Play on. They're going to score. A most controversial first try. Will Penasini is over, and that is a disgraceful miss.
That's gone a metre and a half forward.
That's a bad call.
That is a disgrace.
No, I've looked at that. That was fine. That was actually quite good. It was just an optical illusion with all the lights. No, it was fine. Moses, do it again.
3.
79th minute, the Prince of Penrith, Nathan Cleary, just puts an exclamation mark on the Panthers' victory.
Cleary goes right side, comes back in field, puts a lovely kick, regathers.
That is special.
A beautiful try from Nathan Cleary.
Seriously.
He kicked it through, he regathered, he plonked it down beside the post just to put icing on the cake.
2.
Well, one of the most improved players in the competition is Sean Lane. He threw a pass, which was not forward, to Mike Acevo on the weekend, which in the 64th minute to basically put the Eels into their first grand final since 1986.
Positive signs for Parramatta, though. Shot shot. Marnie, away to lane. Flips it up. Comes to Sevo. It's a try! It's a try! Parramatta back in front! Parramatta back in front!
Well, it wasn't their first one since 1986. They haven't won since 1986, but they were obviously in the grand final in 2009, so it's 13 years ago. But yeah, the excitement was palpable. And Sean Lane, I think he's found himself on the plane for the Kangaroo Tour. He was fantastic.
I think I know where we're going here.
One.
Yep, the turning point, I think, of the entire weekend it was Brian To'o's try right on half time. Basically, the South Sydney Rabbitohs just all kind of went, "Oh my goodness, we're gone," and they didn't score another point.
He got it to Latrell. Graham's dropped it. It's gone straight to the arms of To'o. To'o's away. They're chasing. He's not going to have the pace, To'o. He gets out of one. Oh, To'o's still going. He's over the 10. Oh, To'o's going to score. To'o's going to score off a simple Rabbitohs error. And To'o did so well. They caught him. He got away. And he scores a try of the match.
Tell you what, Jess, if I'm an Eels fan, I'm absolutely soiling myself watching Brian To'o score that try.
Mate, when I saw him run, I was like, no, oh no.
Just get ready for the big aerial assault on Sunday from Nathan Cleary.
Seriously though, that try, do you reckon that's going to go down in history? Because to watch that, I felt like I was watching a replay in 20 years' time.
A lot of highlight
That's one of the
reels.
best.
Every Monday, it's MG's Golden Points. Thanks to Bluebet. Let's get straight into it, Wild Panther.
Shower us with your golden points.
Who was your most impressive team of week 3 of the finals?
Oh, you can't go past Parramatta or Penrith, basically. They both come from behind to win in an epic prelim finals, so I can't separate them. They're both epic.
Kills me to say, but the effort from your boys, from the Panthers, to be where they were at halftime, that's impressive.
Oh, don't
it's
butter me
sickening.
up. Don't
I don't
reverse
mean
psychology
anything
me.
good by it.
If I was the Panthers, I'd just be cruising into next week. I'd relax,
I probably
boys. Don't
would.
even train.
Yeah.
Your
Don't
most,
even wear the right shoes.
most disappointing team from the weekend. It was two
Look,
teams again.
I think South. I think Souths are up 12-0. They didn't score another point in the second half. They basically, that was, it was a bad way for them to finish their season, I thought.
Most surprising team of week 3 of the finals.
Well, again, Parramatta. Parramatta come from behind against the Cowboys up there. I know they're going to be pronounced favourites, Penrith, but I don't think they should be as short as they're going to be. I think they're going to be something like $1.50, and the Eels will be about $3, which is good odds for the Eels.
Okay, biggest issue from week 3?
Well, how many times do we say that we don't want to see this in a grand final, but what we saw with Mitchell Moses' pass the other night, which was at least a metre forward, how they didn't pick that up from somewhere, it beggars belief.
He was standing on the line as well. There was a white line there to help them.
It was unbelievable. You don't miss that. That's a gaff that you can't. If that happens in a grand final, we keep saying it. We don't want to see a grand final being decided by that. But the bunker, my goodness, in the off season, they've really got to think about getting rid of it or changing it up some way, because that was just unacceptable.
Do you think Mitchell will be really upset about it today? Do you reckon he'd be...
Not one bit. Not one bit.
Lost too much sleep. But he has had a baby, so he will have lost a lot of sleep.
Mitchell,
We'll get to that in a second. But your player of the preliminary final. God, all right, here we go. Take 2. Preliminary. That's a shocking word. Your player of the round, MG.
I can't separate Sean Lane from the Eels or Dylan Edwards for the Panthers. He was unbelievable, Dylan Edwards, and the tail of the fullbacks. We thought Latrell would be their man, but I think he only ran for 70 metres, and Dylan Edwards went for about 260 metres. He was in everything. He was a fantastic player, Dylan Edwards.
Good on him. And if anyone's ever been puffed, you know how annoying that is. Good on you, boys. Listener questions. Warren, MG, what's the best thing about the week-long build-up to the grand final?
Oh, it's being there. It's when we first made our grand final in 1990 for the first time in Penrith history, it was just we kind of celebrated before we got to the grand final, so we're lucky to be there 12 months later, and we kind of took it a lot more differently than we did the year before. We kind of sat back and enjoyed the process, because not every player gets to play in the grand final. It's a select few, and when you're playing one, you're a very lucky man.
Billy, very interesting question here. I'd love to know, if you were in Mitch Moses' situation on Friday night, Would you have played the prelim final, or would have you stayed for the birth of your first child? Now, was he there? I think was he there for the birth?
He wasn't there. No, he missed the birth. Yeah,
No, he missed the birth.
for the game.
Yeah. Well, this happened similar to
I'm
me.
glad he was there. Personally.
Look, for your first kid, I mean, it's hard. I know when I was playing for Perth, I was in camp at Brighton Le Sands for the Western Reds about to play a trial game against South Sydney. And got the call through that Meegs has gone into labour. So I left the camp and went straight to her. Prelim finals, it's a hard one,
But
man.
if
It's
you
your
were
first
Mitch
kid.
Moses, so you're not. You're not.
Well, I think Mitch has done the right thing because they needed him to win that game.
Yeah, I would have loved that conversation with Megan when she goes, "I'm going into labour," and you said, "Sorry, I'm about to play a trial game."
Yeah,
I won't be there.
A trial game compared to a prelim, a little bit different.
MG's golden point.